Right, come on girl, focus. There we go. As you can see, gearbox is split. Now in the process of whipping the flywheel off. She's got a dual mass on here. So I'll get those bolted on. Gearbox was actually surprisingly easy to remove. Just the bolts on there. It was a lot easier taking the manifold off. We want to do some work on that bit of manifold anyway, try and get the turbo sealing better on there. Obviously the starter's got to come off. If you've got a dicky starter, now's the fucking time to do it, because that would be an absolute pig to do in the car. It's just basically 16mm bolts all the way around. So I'll crack on with that bit and come back to you in a minute. Alright, clutch is on. Now to reinsert this bastard. That's fucking heavy actually. So reinsert that, start putting things back together, and then put it back in.
From the turbo, the standard return goes in a hole in the top of the block. Problem with that being is because the turbo sits literally here on top of the motor, you can't get to it once the turbo's in there, and it's an absolute nightmare to deal with. And it was leaking basically because you can't get in there to do the damn thing up. So we've bunged that top hole. We're going to run just a conventional hose and just put a fitting down the bottom end somewhere. That way you can put the turbo on and then do the oil line afterwards, which will be a lot easier, and hopefully it's going to finally seal up the last oil leak, which is just been driving us insane. Of course the new clutch is on the flywheel, can't see it now, but that's all sorted. Give the engine a bit of a blast off yesterday. It's a surprisingly heavy engine, and the transmission, it's like so I'm going to drop the oil out the sump now and see where the best place is to put this fitting in. I think I might have to drop a sump just to have a little look, because I'm not really too sure what's behind some of this casting here. I was thinking of maybe pushing on the side here, which is a bit dark so you can't really see. But let's get the oil out anyway and see where we are. Okay, so we've just taken the sump off. Well, I've taken the sump off. Having a quick look here. You can't really see because it's too dark, but it's incredibly busy in the bottom end of this engine. It's a good job I didn't just drill where I was hoping to put it, because the oil pump is right the other side, so that wouldn't have gone too well. It's looking like about the only place I can go with it, if I can get some light here, is straight in the side here. It's actually nice, there's a really thick, you're like almost an inch of alley cast there. So that's a really nice place to come in with it actually, because that's going to get a really good tap and fix. So that's ideal. I'm going to drill a hole there now once I find a drill that's working, and we'll tap that and put the fitting in there. Okay, so we've made a hole in the side of the sump here now. I'm just got a tap halfway through. You can't really see because...
There we go then. So tap in a non-OEM product on an Audi.
Right, the aluminium, so we don't want to go too mad. Right. Nice fit in there with a Audi washer behind it. I had to just cut the casting away a bit.
Let's get the sump on and get this thing back on the floor, because I don't like it up there.
Right, I've just got the manifold bolted back on now. Well, not the manifold, the pieces that come off the manifold up to the collector up here by the turbo. I've welded the adapter to the adapter plate to this now. Chris just made a little bracket in there. You just about see it there. That's just basically sitting over the top of the little plug we've made for the stock oil return, just so that can't come out. This actually looks OEM, so there's no way that the bung can come out, so that's that sealed. So now we're going to put the turbo back on.
Right, okay, it's probably about a fortnight since we started this project. It's been about a fortnight since we took the engine out. So let's just recap on what's happened. There has been a new clutch, paddle clutch has gone in. We have re-welded the turbo manifold, just along there to stop the bastard from leaking, and we have tapped in a new return on there and blanked that one there off. There's a bit of bar, I've just cut the end off the old turbo return. So that's all done. Basically jerked this one up, got her in, and we're ready now to pick this one up and shove it back in there. Biggest issue we're going to have is we didn't have a clue how the gear linkages come apart on it, so that's the one job I asked Darren to do, and he just dismantled everything. So God knows how that goes back together. So we'll probably be getting a bit of shouting and swearing on the go with that.
Okay, so we've just dropped the engine back in on the mounts now. We've got a flat battery in the camera, so that's going to die in a second. The 4 engine mounts are on. 2 engine mounts and 2 rear trans mounts are on. Heater matrix hoses are on. Clutch is connected up, but we're having some issues with air. For some reason it won't bleed clear, so we're going to have to fiddle with that now. That's the next job.
Right, update. I'm putting the aircon pipes back on. Most of the engine is connected up the top here now. Turbo is about to go on. James is starting with that. Darren is just trying to familiarise himself with how the gear linkaging come apart.
I know exactly how this goes back. There's basically a bit of an issue in that
You don't know exactly how it goes
there's
back.
a time frame of time where I haven't been working on this, and I have forgotten.
Blaming others.
Well, it was Chris's fault for taking so long to fucking.
Alright. But this is the one job, sorry, the 2 jobs I asked you to do.
I figured it out.
He's figured it out. Shit the bed.
Guess what?
What?
You didn't need to take that grommet out.
I didn't?
No.
No. Well, the grommet is now there, so it's too late for that.
That's a shame. We've lost some OEM where we didn't need to.
Back on!
She's cold in here.
Are you sure you definitely done everything up, Chris?
Yeah. Are you?
To be honest, I didn't do much up.
Alright.
I've done the high pressure to the turbo, so we're all good. That's the only thing
Well,
on
the Hilux is there if we need it.
That's the only thing on this car worth anything, so as long as that thing's